there's a couple more mid-side sort of tools and some mid-side thinking, which is fun. One of the things that's nice, and I think we showed it before, but I'll show it again, is this compressor inside of Ozone 7. And this is where I would put it. I would put it in front of the exciter. And this thing does a very cool mid-side compression. So you click, here's stereo, here's mid-side. And what I like to do is you can affect the mid or the side. And I like to just turn the side off entirely and just apply a little bit of compression to the center channel, just a little bit of tightening up of the what's down the center, the kick, the sub bass, the bass, the lead vocal, the snare, and all that stuff. So the first fun thing to do always is to solo the sides and hear what's in the sides, but we're going to leave them unaffected, but it's also just fun to hear what it is. So that's a little bit of soloing of the mids and the sides. So what we'll do here is we will turn off the sides so they're unaffected. And the sides can be bouncy and airy, and the mids will have a little pressure, right? Contained, a little compacting the energy a little bit. So it says here that we're on the mids. And of course, we're going to go to the internal sidechain detector and roll it all the way up to the maximum, which is whatever it is, 400, right? And now we have auto gain on. So we're just going to squeeze down a little bit on the compressor and just compress the middle signal, leaving the sides bouncy and uncompressed. That gives you just a little bit more focus in the middle. And I don't know if you can hear it, but it also kind of took a little bit of the lumpiness out of the groove a little bit. It tightened up the groove in a way that's nice. So that's a nice mid-side technique there. Now, there's also other crazy stuff you can do, right? You can go to, and I'm just showing you this as an option. I'm not saying you have to always make things as complicated as possible. You don't. I don't. You don't need to, but showing you a couple other possibilities that sometimes are helpful in the mastering game. So we can also use the exciter in mid-side mode. And this is actually really cool for, when you're doing stem mixing or individual elements, you can do quite a bit of work there too. So Now, if we go to mid-side mode, here's the mids and here's the sides. So right now, the previous setting is just on the mids, but now we can do the sides completely independently. So now what we can do is we can put that nice tape compression down the center, but we can maybe try like a different flavor of brightness on the sides. And I think we can get some interesting results here. So let's do that. And it's funny. I do exactly what I just did all the time, which is I always try these other ones and then I always go back to tape. Tape sounds the best to me by far. I don't know why. It just does. So this gives you a little bit of fine tuning over your mid-side multiband saturation.